Hey Kings and Dragons, Ranking 551, and today we're going to talk about the Wizards of Waverly Place Family Wizard Competition. Now, for years, this wizard competition has bugged me in the last episode because of the way that the competition ended. The first two events were meaningless with the trivia questions, and the second one I think was kind of meaningful, trying to show that Jerry was saying, don't let the competition destroy you like it destroyed the three of your aunt, uncle, and me and stuff. So I kind of understand that aspect. But for years, the question was always pondered for me and stuff. Why did they have the first two parts that made no sense towards the story? But before I get into all of that, let me talk about some stuff here. Now, firstly, the movie version was better, to try and capture the power to be a full wizard, you know, and then how it says wizards do the most with the least is what Jerry says to Alex and Justin and stuff. Air, fire, water, and earth are only spells. So I think that was kind of cool how they just battled for that way. But I do like I don't mind that they changed it, but it is a little bad. Secondly, um they do have levels for going up and down to be a wizard, but the siblings' age gap could hold a factor. Like my sister and I are 2 year difference, so it's not that so we're close enough in age. But if one kid is like 24 and the other kid is like 15, there's a 9 year age gap there. Pretty much the 24-year-old is going to win because they've been studying for a longer period of time. Um, I also, yeah, I mean, I also don't like only one gets to keep their powers, but it is what it is. The rules are the rules and stuff. But at the end of the day, I think that's stupid. But yeah, like the age gap is a factor too. What if you're older and stuff? You've been training your whole life. You have a 10 year age gap ahead of your sibling and stuff, your brother or sister or whatever and stuff. Your sister's 17 or something, you're 27. You have a 10 year age gap on them or something like that. Or you're 21 and they're 17, you have a 4 year age gap, which is not that noticeable, but it's still ahead of them because they've been training. They've had 4 more years and been around a little bit longer. Um, but yeah, the age gap is definitely a big thing for the wizard competition. Like, what if that happened? It seemed like Justin, Max, and Alex weren't that different in age. Justin, I think, was like maybe 1 or 2 years ahead of Alex in high school. So I don't know if the age was that noticeable. Don't quote me on that. If you guys want to let me know what the ages were in the comments down below, that would be much appreciated for Alex, Justin, and Max because I don't really know their age. But last thing about this is the episode was what it was. The point of the first two parts of trivia questions and then the position to go, go save their friends. Like, I understand that the second task of them testing them if they could live without powers and Jerry saying to not let the competition destroy them, which it did, but then repaired, that Alex and Justin, Max, and all forgave each other with their relationship. But if the maze, flying over the lava, running through mist was the end. What was the point of the first two events? Literally, what was the point of them? They had no reason to do it except milk it for views and stuff. Other than that, there was no reason for the first two events. The first two events made no sense. The only thing that I'll say about the second event that I'll keep saying is that they wanted to see if they could still have trust and stuff later down the line and everything. And then, I love how there was improvement, but then when we get to the movie, the 2013 Alex versus Alex movie, Jerry gets pissed off at Alex again and says, Justin would never know a spell and not how to put it back and stuff. And then Alex gets so insulted and says, oh, you think Justin should have been the family wizard and everything. So I do have some problem with that where they went 50 steps forward and then took 20 steps backwards and stuff. I don't like that in some of it, but it is what it is. I do think that the Wizards competition was a little weird and stuff, the way that they did it. But that's all I got for you guys. So until next time, don't forget to stay radical. See you in the next one. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts on the wizard competition from the old 2007 show.